And welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Yes.
Kind of rushed this topic. Let's be honest. Okay. We did rush this topic. But we had a busy week. Well, I had a busy day this week. I don't know if we should talk about that or should we just do the list because obviously the connections. What's going on?
Apparently it's having a hard time streaming on Facebook.
Does that mean we're not actually live right now?
Oh, no, we're live on YouTube for sure.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to check Facebook right now, but it should pop up at some point.
Okay.
So we can keep chatting.
Just keep chatting. Okay. So shall we talk about our road trip or do we want to get into the list and come back to the road trip?
Will we be able to get through the road list if you don't talk about the road trip?
Technically, yes.
Really?
And that should tell you something.
Interesting. All right, James, we'll leave it up to you.
Go ahead and chat a bit about the road trip.
Oh, you need a little time? You're still finalizing your list?
I'm finalizing it, yeah.
Okay. He needs a little time. So, let's just get into the road trip. So you got us tickets for a meet and greet with Kevin Smith and Andrew Thomas, the letter artist for Masquerade.
Yes.
Which is by what's the company?
What's the Dark Horse Comics?
Dark Horse?
Yep.
So yeah, we got to meet Kevin. And it was something. This is why I didn't post anything until last night or this morning, whenever that was.
Yeah.
I did not post my reaction because I still have trouble until the gates open. I have trouble talking about it. I know it's stupid and don't laugh at me, damn it.
No. Apparently, I'm one of the only people who didn't go because you were there. My former boss was there, got pictures with Kevin. My friend Dalton was there, got pictures with Kevin.
The Dalton that I've heard about?
Yeah, he was there.
I didn't get the...
I thought he'd be taller.
I don't know. I don't know what he looked like. Damn it. But, yeah. We couldn't take anything extra in to be signed. No problem. That's all good.
Did you get anything signed, though?
We got issues 1 and 2 of the comic.
Oh, okay.
Signed by him and Andrew.
Nice.
And we got and we weren't even able to talk to him really, which was the main plan. You wanted to try and get him to CK Expo or to get his ear about CK Expo to grease the wheels a bit, but they were so crunched for time. So I think he was running late. Whatever we heard about prior events, whatever, I don't want to get into that. But we got up. He took our phones. He took the selfie with us, and then you move on. But that morning, Rob was running a few minutes late, but we had lots of time. But on the suggestion of Mike on Facebook, he said, "Why don't you start walking?" So I did. And I tweeted out a short little video that said, "How anxious am I to meet Kevin Smith?" Well, my ride's running a little late. We got a lot of time. I'm going to start walking. And it's a long walk. So I tweeted that out at Kevin. He liked it fairly quickly. And then I also followed that up with a picture when I got around the corner. It made it look like I was like hitchhiking down the road. So just a small town girl trying to get to the big city to meet Kevin Smith. And he liked that too. So then when we get in there and the line's moving quick, we're getting up there. He goes, "You're the small town girl." He remembered my tweets, and he hugged it. Everybody got a hug and the selfies, and but then he was like, "How long of a walk was it?" And He said, "Are you coming to the show tonight?" I said, "Unfortunately, no, but I did see Clerks 3 2 weeks ago with my daughter. I tweeted the picture at you." He goes, "I remember," and he did the little heart thing with his hands, and he hugged me again. And
2 hugs from Kevin.
2 hugs from Kevin.
Wow.
This, while Clerks 3 was still fresh in my heart. And so, yeah, I didn't totally start bawling. I managed to contain myself.
He was good.
But it was close. I'm pretty sure I sounded like a tea kettle when I was walking out the store. I know I was making a noise.
Oh, there was pressure building up.
But yeah, so it's just that man means so much to me, and it's so weird. I'm a 48-year-old man who's in love with a 51-year-old man in a purely platonic, just soulful way,
which we found out at the meet and greet, because I seem to remember.
Here we go. I was hoping. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, bring it.
I seem to remember every single time Mike and I would talk to you about this. It's like, when I see him, I'm going to suck his dick. That's how much I love this man.
Yeah.
And James, there wasn't a single dick exposed.
No, I did not drop to my knees, because, as was pointed out, that would quite possibly lead to a celebrity restraining order, which I'm perfectly happy getting my first celebrity restraining order from Kevin Smith. However, it's been pointed out that would also kill any possible future plans or opportunities.
Well, he tried to tell me, well, I couldn't ask for another autograph. Why should I ask for that? It's like, dude, which one do you think Kevin would say yes to?
You're not entirely wrong, I don't think. So,
Yep. Other than that, it was exactly what I thought would happen when you met Kevin.
So yeah. And I just love that man. And Clerks 3, it's on Amazon Prime now. I believe it is for the extra buy cost or whatever right now, but it's the buy, so there you go. It still goes to Kevin.
Right?
It is, if you're a Kevin Smith fan, even more particularly if you're a Clerks fan, Clerks 3 will destroy you in all the best ways. That's
really
the best. That's the only way I can describe what it does to me. That's
how many cameos
about this list? Okay,
how many cameos from the Askewniverse?
You name them, they were in it.
Tons, probably. Yeah,
you name them, they were in it in some rather small fashion. Particularly like the opening scene during the opening credits. I don't want to spoil.
Was Ben playing Holden?
No.
Oh, was he playing Shannon?
Nope.
No.
Totally new character.
Oh, what like in Clerks 2?
Totally new character.
Didn't he do it in Clerks 2 where he's just like, that's very unsanitary?
I don't believe so. Well, that we don't know who that was. That could have been Holden for all we know.
No.
But we don't know. But
okay.
But this one here, it does have a name. He gives us a name. And it's a totally new character. And I don't want to spoil anything. So
that's okay.
Let's move on.
He's been trying really hard about that.
I know. Yes. And believe me, we spoiled the fuck out of it on 3 Nose. So I don't want to be that bad.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's to buy right now on Amazon.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely worth every penny, whatever they're charging.
It doesn't give a cost.
But I still want to get the steel box thing at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Which is in next week, I believe.
It does not tell me what it costs.
No.
Let me buy it. Either.
Okay.
It says it's available to buy, but not you.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
It's probably just because it's on my phone. I got to probably do it on the TV.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, worth it. I just saying that I know I have a tendency to embellish, but there is no embellishment here. This is my true feelings about this man. So
it was awesome.
It is an absolutely amazing flick, and it was an awesome experience. Thank you again, sir.
Oh, don't thank me.
No, I have to thank you.
Why?
Because you found out about it and got the tickets.
Yeah, but
So
other than that,
that's the most well, and because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Period.
what?
You and Mike started this without me. I didn't came until the 5th episode.
That's right.
So
I had to bring that back up.
there you go. Yes, that's where the barnacle latched on.
Yep.
Or you forgot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do. I have to thank you for all of this.
No.
Yeah, yes. So, anyways, we're gonna do top 10. How I describe it here: top 10 emotional gut punches in films.
Yep. I got here top 10 films that wrenched our hearts.
Same
Yep.
difference.
I like your gut punch though. That's kind of cool.
That's most of these. That's how they felt when they happened.
Yep. That emotional woof.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dig in then. And Jason, start us off with number 10.
Number 10.
James and I have a drinking game. How many times Kevin's movies get mentioned?
You know, I'm gonna tell you only one.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, only one.
Oh, that's got to be Chasing Amy then.
Well, my number 10. It's gonna sound really, really weird, but come on, we're talking about emotional moments here.
Where, if any, are we going to put honorable mentions?
At the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gut punches, and when they really hit me is when they come like out of nowhere or unexpected,
or if it has an amazing buildup.
That too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the two different ways they can come at me and really hit me. Well, this one is Deadpool 2 when Wade finally breaks through to Vanessa. And then has to go back, and she sends him away. And it has to be the theatrical cut with the acoustic.
Yeah.
That song fit that scene absolutely perfectly.
I don't know if they did with that super duper cut.
Exactly. I don't mind the Celine Dion song, but that's that.
It's very raw,
right? Yeah. So yeah, that scene that's one of the most beautifully scenes, and then she sends him away.
I'll give the super duper cut props for the opening montage of him getting back into the little golden card game, because they extend a lot of those scenes and it's just hilarious.
Oh
yeah, that's it.
What are you doing up there?
I'm trying something.
He's just, I'm gonna freeze, and they think it.
No,
they're gonna think it's
pushing buttons, and it's scaring me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can re-add Facebook because and it worked. Okay, I'm gonna do that over here too.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
Yep.
All right. Well, so that was my number 10.
Number 10. All right,
James.
Yes.
While you're working, I'll try and keep steering a bit here.
I like it.
I'm reaching across, holding the steering wheel from
Having trouble with the big words, James?
Okay, no. I was just
finalizing.
I have because I have 3 honorable mentions, but I was wondering if to swap them, but I won't. Okay, so my number
tonight, just so we're clear.
That's okay. My number 10 is from the film The Pledge. And that's a movie from 2001. That was the one directed by Sean Penn, starring Jack Nicholson, where he's a cop who just retired, and he makes a pledge to a family whose daughter was found murdered. And Jack Nicholson believes a serial killer may be about. So he makes a pledge to them that he will find the killer, even though he's just retired. And this movie's got a lot of famous supporting roles. You have Robin Wright in there. You have Aaron Eckhart, Benicio del Toro, Patricia Clarkson, and Costas Mandylor is in there too from the Saw franchise. But my number 10, Costas Mandylor, not Mandalorian.
Sorry.
Costas Mandalorian. I call it the Mickey Rourke scene.
The Mickey Rourke scene?
Yeah, because Jack Nicholson's character is trying to get a lead on possible connections of murders that have happened in nearby counties. So he goes to talk to one of the cops who had worked on the case, and that's Costas Mandalore. And he's in there, and he had just finished working out in the gym, and he's talking to him about it, saying like, you can go talk to. I can't officially put you on the case, or it's like this is on the down low. You can go talk to this guy whose daughter disappeared like 8 years ago. And he goes to this sanitarium, old folks home, and he goes to speak to the guy who's the janitor of the building. And he walks into the gymnasium, and he's just sitting there in a chair, and it's Mickey Rourke. And he asked him about his daughter. He's like, "Would you find her? Is she dead?" And he starts to tell him about like when his daughter, basically like he loved her and whatever. And at one point he just completely disintegrates. He's just like, and he's just a blubbering mess. And he's trying to talk, and all of a sudden he's like, and he just kind of shakes it off, and he's like completely composed. And it's one of the single best acting scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
Really?
Yeah. And he's only in there for that one scene. That's maybe 5 minutes, maybe. But it's just the way he completely crumbles and then just recomposes himself like that.
Very cool. I got to watch that one.
Yeah,
I've not seen it.
I vaguely remember when it came out, but yeah, I never did catch it. It had some buzz too, didn't it? Like, did it get some award buzz?
It did, but it was put out at the wrong time, so it didn't get any Oscar buzz.
Okay.
All right, it's been added to my list. Great.
So, Rob, what is your number 10?
My number 10 is I'll just say it. It's from A Star Is Born. Jackson Maine Suicide.
Ooh,
I've never watched it. So,
is this the remake?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper one.
Yeah, that one is.
There's
really
a lot
good.
of remakes, but yeah, that one just hammers home. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've watched the other ones, and you feel bad, blah blah blah, because they killed themselves. But with his,
wow,
that's compassion right there. With him, unfortunately, he is so amazing at face acting. Like, literally, you can read everything on Bradley Cooper's face, and it rips your heart out.
I've never watched it. I've had no interest.
And then the subsequent scene with Lady Gaga and Sam Elliott.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't doubt that, because that one came up on the list when I was doing my research and whatnot. But yeah, that movie scared me away just because that song.
The song is
overplayed.
Yeah. The thing about it is, every other song in the movie is great except that one.
Yeah, that song is what killed any chance of me checking that movie out. I just can't do it.
Oh well.
All right. So you all right over there?
I am. Number 9.
Number 9. My number 9 is from Jojo Rabbit from 2019. It's when Jojo finds his mom. She's away.
Yeah.
And
he's my number 7.
That's your number 7?
Yeah. Man, that killed me.
And it came out of nowhere.
That was the big thing. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Again, surprise.
It's ScarJo.
ScarJo. I had no idea she was even in the movie until I watched it, and I think I gotta watch that again. It's been a little while, and yeah, that movie's fantastic. But that scene, while it doesn't help that it's a kid, right? And when it's a good kid actor, yeah, you're gonna feel every ounce of that pain.
Dude, that film actually created a phrase around here.
Yeah.
It's like, you smarten her up or I'm giving you the fuck you Hitler.
Oh,
because that's what happens to the poor guy at the end. Wham! Yeah. It's not a kick I want to experience.
Yeah. So
I just love at the end when you finally see Sam Rockwell again, and he's got like the hat with the tassels on it, and he's all decked out.
I like Sam Rockwell in that one. Like him and everything.
That whole movie is just a gem. And I think that is the kind of movie that Taika should have tried to written, whatever, for Thor.
Yes.
Because that was Ragnarok.
He kept it. When he does his movies, he keeps to just the right amount of silly and wacky.
Yeah.
But the Marvel movies, he's just he's putting his foot down.
That one went way over.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jojo Rabbit. There we go. All right, James, what's your number 9?
I still can't get over how good Russell Crowe was in that.
He was good. Oh, damn, he was good.
You're about this close to being not invited to the orgy.
Exactly.
I flicked too hard. I put your clothes back on. I put his clothes back on. Click, click.
And did you see him come down the stairs? He did the little floop. Floop. Oh my God.
I did like that part.
You see the area that's shaped like a stage?
Yep.
I think if I rewatch Thor: Love and Thunder, I think I'll like it more. I'll just accept it for the silliness.
Doesn't work. I've watched it 3 times.
No?
Yeah, watched it once with Cam and another time with Christina.
It doesn't turn into a Saturday morning cartoon?
It does not turn into a good movie.
Then maybe not.
Oh, it is
those
so
good parts. But
okay.
It is so funny.
Those goats will live on forever. I love those goats.
The goats were I think a bridge too far for me.
See.
It was a goat too far.
All right, James.
Man.
What's your number 9?
Number 9.
Okay. Can we just? Did you throw up the spoiler thing already?
I did not.
Oh shit! Yeah, I think we might want to do that.
You mean this thing right here?
Just to call it a spoiler blanket.
Oh dang! Yeah, because I just gave away the end of A Star Is Born, so I guess I should have thrown that up there.
Only in the most technical sense, but
all right, we're good.
Okay, my number 9 is from The Counselor.
The Counselor.
The Michael Fassbender, Brad Pitt, Cameron Diaz.
Oh yes, I never did watch that one. I remember hearing about it, but yeah.
I hear that word. All I can think of is Robert De Niro in Cape Fear. Counselor.
Oh yes.
Go ahead, James.
Well, I'm going to spoil part of the end. The movie doesn't. You already did that. Give people seizures. Jeez.
Oh, I can't do it fast enough. No, that's as quick as I can go.
No, the movie doesn't have a happy ending for anybody in the film, but for Michael Fassbender's character, the counselor, who survives, his wife does not, and he finds out not in so many words that he can't save her life. He can't trade his life for hers. But he's down in Mexico, and while he's probably overnight and before he heads back home, he's in a dive motel or whatever, and a little kid knocks on his door, hands him a CD, and he steps back into the room, closes the door, and he has a little CD that says "Hola" on it, and he realizes that this is likely a snuff film that Brad Pitt's character told him about, a snuff film of his wife getting killed, and he just it's like the Mickey Rourke scene. He just turns into like a blubbering. I won't call him an idiot, although he does make some really stupid decisions in the movie. But yeah, he completely collapses. So
that's that. Like 7 level. Holy
damn, dude! You just eclipsed mine. I didn't come close to that one.
Damn.
It could be like top 10 scenes of men crying in this movie.
Well, man, because my number 9 is when Andy leaves his toys in Toy Story 4. That made me cry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen Toy Story 4.
Oh my god!
No, I haven't seen 4.
It's prevented me from watching 5.
Oh, I completely forgot about Up.
Oh, the whole opening of Up.
Wait a minute.
Or the close, or the ending. Well,
you're getting there's only been 4 Toy Story movies.
No.
Yes.
Wasn't there? Oh, without 4 that came out. Toy Story 3.
You're talking.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
Are you talking Schindler's Toy Box? And when he leaves the toys with Bonnie?
Yeah.
That's 3.
Oh, well. Let me just change that. There we go. Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3.
Because I haven't watched 4.
Okay. Neither have I.
No, not.
No, I haven't watched 4 either. We started to. Well, Crystal finished it, but we started to, and I got pulled away. And
Well,
she
after
didn't
3,
wait for
I
me.
wasn't doing it. No way. All right, let's jump into number 8. Jason.
All right, my number 8. Well, we're in the Pixar verse here, so yeah, Bing Bong Sacrifice and Inside Out.
I've never watched that.
Oh, it's not great.
No, it's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's such an interesting, like, idea as to how our emotions are controlled and whatnot. The concept to it is fantastic. But Bing Bong, spoiler.
Oh.
Okay. Spoiler: the lava short before it is better than the movie.
Bing Bong is the girl's imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Lost in her mind because she doesn't think about him anymore, right? So when Joy's trying to get back, she finds Bing Bong and they're traveling together. Well, they need to get up and they're powering using his rocket sled or whatever. You're singing his song, but they're too heavy. So they're running out of power. He lets go so that she makes it to the top. He sacrifices.
Isn't that the voiced by the bridesmaids chick, Kristen Wiig?
The main character is Joy, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, Bing Bong's like a goofy, like Looney Tunes elephant type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's when your imaginary friend sacrifices, you're like, come on, like,
kind of like Drop Dead Fred.
You're getting there, yeah. Like that stuff, like you're tugging, you're going to my childhood. Come on now,
don't mess with the childhood.
Yes, that's the weak spot.
All right, James, let's hear yours.
Number 8. Okay, well, concluding my three-peat of grown men crying.
Here we go.
Repeat.
Have you guys seen the movie Mr. Holmes? This was a movie from a few years ago, and it's about like an aging Sherlock Holmes, played by Sir Ian McKellen, where he's on the verge of losing his faculties. He's going senile or Alzheimer's, and he's starting to forget certain things, where he has to mark people's names on the cuff of his shirt, and he's trying to recall one of his last cases and why it was never solved or what happened. And that's sort of like the overall story of the movie. But during that, he has a maid who lives with him, and her son lives in the house too. And Sherlock Holmes keeps bees and stuff. And at one point towards the end, the little boy gets stung. And Holmes is trying to figure out what happened, and was it the bees or was it something else? Because the kid's very sick and like he's starting to swell up and needs to be taken to the hospital. And he comes out to tell his mom that it wasn't the bees' fault, it was something else. And she's just like, you don't care. It's the bees, the damn bees or whatever. And he's just like, I do care. And it just again crumbles into a crying mass. But it's Sir Ian McKellen, so it's an amazing performance of him crumbling into a crying mess.
I got to see this.
Yeah, you have me at Sir Ian McKellen. I don't know why I
have as Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Holmes. I gotta look for that.
All right. Mine, it goes back to kids' movies. 1982, when E.T. goes home. Oh, dude, that still gets me.
E.T. didn't leave the lasting effect on me that it did for a lot of people. I'm not sure why. Yes, I was into the craze at the time because every kid was.
Oh wait, spoiler. Yeah, E.T. goes home.
I watched it for maybe the third time in my life. I'd seen it when it came out, when it was re-released, which was still in the 80s, and I had not seen it since. And Rebecca and I watched it not too long ago, and it does not hold up.
What?
I can't say it's probably been 25 years since I've watched that movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't hold up?
No.
It's just a genetic thing with you? Is it congenital? Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a baby?
How could you say it does not hold up?
It does not. I'm sorry.
You know why I really like being here live? I actually get to hear those now. When I'm remote, I don't hear the audio for those clips.
iPhones and all, but we won't get into that.
I think it's a mobile thing, not
Oh,
an
I'm pretty
iPhone
sure
10.
that's what it is.
But
yeah.
anyways, I
Definitely
actually get
not
to
an
hear
iPhone.
those, so I actually get to hear the audio and understand the joke.
You serious?
Right.
I'm well familiar with that clip, so
Okay. In that case, let's just jump on down to number 7.
I guess I should keep my list out. Jeez, number
It's an
7.
option.
Oh boy. Okay, we're in 1993 here. Leonardo DiCaprio as Arnie Grape when Arnie tries to wake up Mama at the end of What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Ooh.
That slow realization from Arnie, but like it goes without saying, like Leo's entire performance in that entire film was just truly amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the whole movie is great, but his performance is just something to behold. You know,
Okay.
and then Mama, and
Yeah.
like he yells right in her face, and you could hear that his voice clench.
See, remember before we started the show and I said there's going to be scenes in movies that I totally forgot? That's one of them. Yeah.
No, that one, I knew that one came to mind very quickly. So
Okay.
yeah, I get a little choked up, but yeah, Mama,
Good call.
Mama.
Good call. All right, James, top that.
Okay, I'm going back to 2007 for a kid-ish movie, Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh no, yeah.
And quite a bit of the last chunk of this movie is sad, but I'm just going to single out where this is Josh Hutcherson's character Jesse, where he is after his best friend dies, he's acting up in school, and the teacher asks him to stay, and I think it's played by an actress named Jen Wolfe, and she isn't credited with anything else, and Jen Wolfe plays Mrs. Myers, and so she's talking to him after class, and saying like she understands what he's going through because when her husband died, people asked her to like just get over it and forget about it. Well, she didn't want to forget about it and stuff. Talking about what the little girl brought to the class. So it's the scene between the two of them that I singled out for this one.
Uh-huh.
My wife watched that actually twice. It's one of those rare movies that she watched like fairly quickly, and it's not a Disney movie or Shrek. Yeah, but I've never watched it. I don't know anything about it at all.
I think James
Well,
and I can agree. Watch it.
Okay.
I always meant to read the book as a kid because it was one like Tuck Everlasting or Bridge to Terabithia, Stitch in Time that you always heard about as a kid.
I've never heard of any of those, and
What?
Never. Nope. Mm-mm. That might be just after my era, though. I might be too old.
I don't think so.
For those stories?
Never.
Yeah, because
when did those stories come out?
They are older than you.
Are they? I've never heard of
Tales as old as time.
Bridge to Terabithia?
I never heard of it until the movie came out. I'm not joking. I never heard of Bridge to
Okay, wait a minute. Bridge to Terabithia came out in 1977.
77. So when I was a little kid, but
yeah.
I never I was 3 when it first came out. Yeah, it never came on my radar at all.
That's as a book.
I know. I never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Well, I guess not too many 3-year-olds are reading books like
but
that.
No, but even into when I'm like, 9, 10, I started reading books at a roughly young age. I used to read books a lot. So but never. No.
Licking them doesn't count.
No, I read them.
Oh, okay.
I revisited a couple of my childhood favorite books, like during COVID.
Yeah.
The Gordon Corman's You Can't Do That at McDonald Hall.
Yep, I remember that book.
I remember heard about that.
I read the first 2 books again recently, and they've been updated.
was the Gordon Corman series about the kid that was a drummer? I can't remember now.
I can't remember either, but that came to mind. And you know what I found out randomly? Netflix has 2 Bruno and Boots movies.
Really?
They made movies out of the first 2 books, but they did them in reverse order, I think.
Kind of like Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code.
Was that backwards
They
order?
did it ass backwards too.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Sorry, got off that tangent there.
It happens. Well, back on track.
Yep.
My number 7, Jojo finds his mom. That's already been established.
Okay, one sec.
On to 6, and James is taken off. He doesn't want to hear your pick because he'll cry.
The door. There
Maybe,
you go.
but it's
Are you out here?
the hiding in the subway scene in Pursuit of Happiness.
Sorry.
I could be wrong, but I believe that's the moment when Will Smith's monologue says, "This is rock bottom."
Is this Pursuit of Happiness?
When they have to hide in the subway bathroom.
I remember that from the trailer. I still have to see the movie.
Like there's numerous scenes in that movie that I probably could have picked here, but that subway scene, the pure, they got nowhere. So they're hiding in a bathroom. He's holding the door shut, locked. When there's a homeless man banging on the door, and yeah, it was it'll get you. And even though his acting doesn't get any better, but Jaden was great with Will in this movie.
I gotta watch it. I haven't. I won't watch it for a while. I'm still on a boycott, but I will watch it as soon as I release him from that boycott.
I understand, but I can't take it away from the man.
As soon as he lets you smack him in the face.
Yep, I think it's fair. All right, James, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is from 2015. It's from the movie Hyena Road. And that's the third and most recent movie directed by Paul Gross. And it takes place over in Afghanistan. And you've got Rossif. The main guy in the movie is Rossif Sutherland, brother to Donald Sutherland. And you have the lady that he's in a relationship with, because he's warrant officer. He plays warrant officer Ryan Sanders, and he's in a relationship with Christine Horn, who plays Captain Jennifer Bowman. Anyway, she's usually in the command center where they're overseeing all the missions that are going on. And he, with his platoon of guys, had taken shelter inside a building towards the end of the movie. And they're getting all shot to hell. And like about him, I think there's almost no one left alive except for him and this local native who's sort of like a special ops kind of guy who is important to them. And they're the only 2 left. And so he basically says he calls in an airstrike on himself because their area is being all surrounded, and they can see it in the command center. They're all being surrounded by the Taliban, and they're not going to get out of it, but they just figured they can take them all out in one hit because they're not going to be able to escape. So he just says a bunch of call signs and stuff like this, send a fire mission or whatever like that. And she's just on the other side saying, no, don't do this, Ryan, don't do this. You don't have to do this. And calls in the mission, and you just see like the cannons. They show slow motion kind of one giant artillery cannon firing off, and then another one, and then the third time it fires off, you just see smoke go everywhere. But the heartbreaking part of this is you just see him sitting there, says to they call him the ghost. Anyway, the local native guy, and says to him, saying like, I'm going to be a father. Do you understand me? And the guy just says something that, because they don't subtitle anything in the movie. And he goes, I think you do understand me. And he picks up the radio, he goes, he's like 6'6", whatever, call sign. And she's like, yep, as in responding. And he's just like 6'6", blah, blah, I'm sorry, baby. And then puts it down.
Oh, dang. I haven't heard of it, but I think I want to watch it.
It was at the Galaxy in Chatham for probably the obligatory 2 weeks.
Obligatory 2 weeks?
Well, yeah, most movies are in theaters for about 2 weeks. If they do crappy, and then they're gone.
Except when your Blade 2 and Meet the Fockers comes out and it's there for 3 fucking days.
Special
that wasn't the
circumstances.
Galaxy, that was still the Cinema 6.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah.
Well, my number 6. I'm just going to say it, and you guys can probably figure out the movie. John Coffey's death.
Oh. I wanted to include this, but I just
The Green
didn't quite.
Mile.
It didn't get there for me.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, it's
that's a good movie.
Well, okay, I'll take that from James.
I would have put that at as an honorable mention. I would have that as an honorable mention.
That one still gets me, man.
Yep.
All right, Jason, number 5.
Duncan's performance was just
Oh man, and the fact that he's like, "Don't put me in the dark." It's like, stop
If
it.
I was gonna do a heartbreaking thing from Michael Clark Duncan, it would be his death scene in The Island,
Oh,
where he's trying to escape.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do remember that.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I think John Coffey's just a little more softer and sweeter.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
The island might be just more brutal.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely more brutal.
Uh,
Although what? Anyways, yeah.
all right,
yeah.
number 5, Jason.
Here we go. One word, just one word. It's all I gotta say. Our tax.
Oh, really?
Our tax.
Never ending story.
You want childhood trauma? Our tax. In the swamp of sorrows.
Never ending story.
Oh, very good. All right.
The first film I can quite say gave me PTSD.
I'll give you that one, but I find that's another one I found didn't hold up to my childhood standards.
We'll agree to disagree on that. I still love that film. They are doing a remake, I believe a series. I think Amazon may be doing it. I'm not entirely sure. No, Disney. Disney has a Never-Ending Story remake in the works. Yeah. Because they attached, I can't remember the actress. It's a big name actress playing some sorcerer, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there was no sorcerer or sorceress in Never-Ending Story.
It's the remake. It's whatever they want to put in it.
But Never-Ending Story was based on a book too, wasn't it?
Doesn't mean anything.
And there was a sequel, but I don't think I ever.
There was a couple sequels.
I don't think I never watched them.
I didn't either.
So
How do you spell that horse's name?
Artax, Artax.
Arta. Ooh, I was close.
I still find it cool that the metal band Atreyu got their name from him.
Yep. Metal band based on a kids movie. I love it. All right, James, what's your number 5?
Tony Stark's death scene.
Dude, that's my number 5.
I figured that might be the only crossover we have.
It's not on my list.
What?
No,
What?
I wanted to limit myself. I picked one particular scene from those movies.
All right.
Okay, I didn't. I just couldn't do it.
Is it number 3
Number 3
on your list?
my other choice. No, my other choice is number 3 on my list.
That's
Yes.
my number 3 might be the same as yours.
Okay,
then.
all right.
Okay.
We'll just leave it for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? No.
Oh, don't. Nope.
But you're right.
We're not there.
Watching
Ooh, look,
Tony.
extreme close up.
Yes. Ooh, the finger. It's 3D. Looks like it's coming right at you.
The old that's the SCTV bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I and it's weird because it's a double punch, Tony's, because it's not just the actual death scene, it's afterwards with the recording and everybody sitting around.
Well, it's Pepper's reaction, it's Spider-Man's reaction, and then the funeral and the I love you 3000 kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep. That's a double punch. Damn, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
James, we rock. All right, Jason, number 4.
All right, my number 4. Another one that it came to mind very quickly, but I had to revisit to just make sure. From My Girl, Thomas J's funeral, when Veda comes in and tries to wake him up, where he doesn't have his glasses.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the fact that they even killed the kid in the film crushed me enough. All right, they killed Macaulay. Spoilers.
I'm not flashing it. Too bad.
And he died from the way that we always thought could possibly kill me. Then we found out my allergy is not that strong, but bee stings.
Yeah.
But then again, he did get multiple stings, and that could be bad for me. So, yeah, that her performance. It's usually the reactions, and again, it's a kid involved, but it's just their reactions, just.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've only watched that once, and that's primarily the reason.
I think I've watched it a total of 3 times.
Yep. I watched it once. That was enough. It's weird. Some of them I'll go back and watch just because they do that to me. Others I won't touch because they do that to me.
Yep. You can't revisit that trauma. Don't want to open that wound.
Exactly. All right, James, what's your number 4?
My number 4. Okay. Now you probably won't have heard of this movie. It's from yeah, I know. Breaking news.
Yeah. 5 of 6 so far.
It's from 2014. It's a movie called Ask Me Anything. And it stars Britt Robertson. You've also got Robert Patrick in there, Christian Slater and stuff. And it's basically a girl who decides to start a blog about her daily life. And she has a bunch of followers, so she decides, okay, I'm going to write a blog about my daily life, and this isn't my real name or whatever, and I may have changed some things or whatever. And about 95% of the movie is like her being involved with, she has a boyfriend, and then she's involved with a married guy played by Justin Long, and then she gets involved with she gets a babysitter job and gets involved with the husband, who's Christian Slater, and she gets a job at a bookstore run by Martin Sheen. It's very cameo heavy in this movie. Yeah, there's a lot of stars in there. And she ends up getting pregnant and all this stuff. It's like a normal teen drama for about 95% of the movie. And then there's a scene that happens right at the end, and it cuts to black, and then you hear another woman's voice come on the screen. She's doing a voiceover, basically saying that, and I don't think you guys are ever going to watch this movie. So
you don't know.
Basically saying that
sell me here. Sell me.
At like say 1 a.m. 1 o'clock, so and so's phone rang, and it's about like the girl, her real name and not the name she's going by through the movie. Her phone rang. The call lasted 45 seconds. After that, she got up, she got in the car, and she drove off, and she was never seen again. And it starts going through, like, her best friend was actually like a crack addict on the street. Her boyfriend says everything she said about him was true. The guy that she was having an affair with denies any involvement. The guy who was paying her to be a babysitter said, like, she was a babysitter, but they never got involved. And the guy, like Martin Sheen's character in this and this, she basically embellished all these aspects of her life. And not, like, some of it was true and some of it was not. And, like, just the deadpan tone of voice that this lady's using. And then she's basically pleading for, like, anyone who knows anything about where my daughter is, please tell me. And she said she was reading through her daughter's blog and just saying, like, I wanted to find out who would want to hurt my daughter, and the answer was everyone. and it's just like it cuts to black. You're just like, so when Jason mentioned the topic, I'm like, oh my god, this is the epitome of gut punch. Because 95% of the movie is like a relatively normal drama, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, this shit you just saw for an hour and a half, a lot of this didn't happen, and this is, I'm going to drop a truth bomb on you.
Dang, I gotta watch that. Okay,
Interesting twist.
I like that.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of film I really like, especially for those moments. You know, actually,
But how about, is there rewatchability though?
there always is.
Well, okay, admittedly, I've only seen the entire movie once, and I keep watching that final coda thing several times. So elements of rewatchability. I'm just going to get a refill. 1 second.
Okay. Well, then I'll jump into mine. And mine is similar, I think, because
you wanted to come back in?
it's an end thing that you don't anticipate. And it's from American History X, and it's when Danny dies in the bathroom.
I've never seen that film.
What?
And I've been told that I need to.
Dude, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
It is some of Edward Norton's best. Same with Stacy Keach. Oh my God, Elliot Gould.
There's two movies that have been thrown at me that seem to be of similar genre, or similar story: American History X and Romper Stomper
I've
with
never seen
Russell
Romper
Crowe.
Stomper. Never seen that one.
Apparently, they're both of a similar ilk,
Oh,
where they're
dude.
about like a kind of a gang thing or whatever, or
Oh.
neo-Nazis or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
this is 100% neo-Nazis.
mhm,
Edward
okay.
Norton is diehard in the club, and then he goes to jail. When he gets out, he's not, but his group still thinks he is.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, Ethan Suplee is in here. Fariza Bulk, the mom. I can't remember who the mom was, but I know she's a big name too. The cast is amazing.
Okay.
Oh, what's his dingy from Deep Space Nine?
What's the
Captain Sisko. Oh, my God,
Avery?
Avery. There we go. Avery Brooks.
Avery Brooks.
But yeah, like it's insane how good these people are.
Okay.
And
So what's the scene? Or yeah,
It's-
hit me with the spoiler.
hit with what? Okay. James, mine is Danny's death in American History X.
Danny's death. Oh, Edward Furlong?
Edward Furlong. Basically,
Ooh.
he goes into jail, right? Edward Norton.
Right.
And he gets out. His younger brother is now following.
Oh,
Mm.
Ethan Suplee and Stacy Keach are trying to
Oh.
groom him. And Avery Brooks is the teacher. Goes, you know what? Because he had to do a book report. So he did a book report on Mein Kampf. And they said, okay, no, you come to me for history from now on. And we're going to do a history class here, American History X. And your
Oh,
first
man.
paper is you need to write a paper on your brother.
And it's especially because at the end of the movie is narrated by Edward Furlong after he's died.
It's the paper he wrote.
oh, gee.
Yeah.
And he now realizes why his brother changed the way he did.
And I like how all the scenes in the past are all black and white and present day is color.
Yep. Oh, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's one
You
of the
haven't
people
seen
that-
American History X?
I've never seen it. I've
Mm,
never seen it.
Wow.
I've always talked about it.
yeah,
Never
dude,
seen
look,
it.
I can't kick him out.
No, I'm still here. Hi.
The only benefit to being on site is
You
you
can-
can still
It's-
talk.
it's one of the
Can't
few-
see me, but they can still hear me.
It's one of the few movies you're going to see Edward Norton ripped.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, dude, yeah. And
All right.
Yeah.
this is the
Whatever.
movie where Curb Stomp came around. Okay.
That's-
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm well aware that that's.
You're welcome, James.
that's
I put
another
that back
layer.
in your
Oh. That's awful. It's an awful scene.
Yep.
I've seen that scene. Of
Kudos to the sound effects people, but Jesus.
All right. Number 3, Jason.
You know,
Let's see if we're the
we
same.
talked about it. I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
That's exactly what I have. Poor Peter.
Oh.
Peter Tingle was going.
Oh,
I'll give you that one.
add in the fact that it was completely ad libbed, and that okay, you just you just stabbed me.
Yep.
Yeah, that moment. That no.
Yep. 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 That's a.
If I wasn't allowed to pick anything from Avengers Endgame, I probably would have put I had a date from the end of First Avenger.
Oh,
Okay.
Cap. Yeah,
that was a good one.
that's true too. That is true.
That's pretty sad. Yeah.
All right then, James. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is, I don't know exactly what to call the scene, but it's when Tom Cruise goes to visit Meg Ryan after Goose has died in Top Gun.
Oh yeah.
And you could say funeral scene because she's kind of dressed up, but I don't know. It's basically where she says, like, he'd have flown without you. He'd have hated it, but he would have done it anyway.
Yeah. The speech.
Or yeah, she starts with like, God, he loved flying with you. Such a good scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
I was almost gonna put the scene between Maverick and Iceman where Maverick breaks down, but this was way more powerful.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the heels of Goose. Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah.
Dang, good one, James.
Nice pull.
All right, we don't mind. So
I give kudos to Jason for the topic.
Yep. Yep. He just wanted an excuse to say Clerks.
Yeah.
You're not getting very drunk on this episode, though, James. Like,
Unfortunately,
he's not saying
Nope.
anything. So, well, we got 2 left. Number 2.
Number 2. You mentioned Toy Story 3 earlier, but you had a different scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. The incinerator.
Really?
When they hold hands. They're gonna die. They're gonna go together.
Okay. Yeah. A bit.
Come on. They're holding hands. Like they all slowly came to the realization they're gonna go together. Like,
yep.
Fuck you, Pixar.
Oh wait, we forgot to do that. There we go. Spoiler.
Yeah. I don't care that it has a happy ending. Okay, that scene still just crushes me emotionally. The Bonnie scene gets me every time too.
Well, see,
but
I think it didn't affect me as hard because you could see it coming. But the very end, it just like,
yeah. The Bonnie scene is beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things I've witnessed in film. So
you have never seen a Serbian film, have you? All right.
I'm not falling for that trick.
James, you're up.
Okay. My number 2. 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2.
My number 2 is from 2014, and I remember telling Jason about this because after I'd seen the movie, when we had one of our shows where it was just the two of us bouncing movies back and forth, and this is from the Monuments Men, and it's Bill Murray, and this is where they're in the camp, and it's like Christmas Eve or something, and one of the guys plays a record sent from home, and it's just a recording of some of the kids saying like, "Hey, Grandpa," or "Merry Christmas," and this person wants to say Merry Christmas, and then your daughter or your granddaughter wants to sing. I can't remember if it's Silent Night or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas or something like that. But they're playing it over all the speakers in the base camp, and it's just you see Bill Murray. He's sitting down in the shower room, and you just see the camera's just slowly pulling in towards him, and it's just you just see his face breaking just as the song goes on. So
I haven't seen it yet, but now I want to.
Me either.
Yeah.
Good pick, dude.
Wow. Yeah, I would not have thought you'd something for what I know of that movie. I would not have expected to hear about something like that.
Yep.
No.
All right.
Let me see. I got to find out what year mine came out in because I know it's an older one. But there we go. From 1993. And this is the scene in this movie where Jack is looking for Laurel at his hanging. And it's from Summersby with Richard Gere and Jodie Foster.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god.
Never heard of it.
It's a good movie.
Never
Okay.
heard of it.
It's a good movie, but not a great movie.
Okay.
A good movie.
All right.
Which one is this one again?
Summersby.
Oh, Summersby is a good movie.
Yeah. And Richard Gere plays Jodie Foster's husband who comes back from the war, except it's not.
Okay.
Except he looks exactly like him.
Right. So he says he is. And then things catch up with him. And at the very end, oh, wait a second. Where's my little oh, I was on the right screen.
You should have just had that as part of the banner running at
Spoiler.
the bottom.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Right? He's being hung for his crimes.
Oh. All right.
And he expects to see her. So you see him. They're putting the noose on, and he's constantly searching the horizon,
she
looking
doesn't-
for her.
She doesn't show up.
I'm not telling you the end.
Kinda like-
I'll probably never watch it, dude.
It's kind of like the end of Return to Paradise with like Joaquin Phoenix and Vince Vaughn, which I know as I'm saying it, you guys haven't seen it, but it's very similar.
Just say that,
You assume.
right?
You've got someone who, like Vince Vaughn, shouting out his prison cell to get Joaquin Phoenix's attention, who's just about to be hung, saying like, I'm here, I see you, I'm here. And you see the little bit of a smile.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I gotta watch it now.
Let's call that an impromptu honorable mention.
Okay. Now we're to number one. All right, Jason, give us the Clerks.
It should be obvious. It's Clerks 3. Okay. It's hard to pick a particular moment because this movie comes out, it swings hard right out the gate. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But and I'm not throwing any spoilers here. Okay.
If you want, I'll just put Clerks 3.
Just put Clerks 3.
Okay.
Okay. But I will give a special note. First of all, I will say
It's that part from near the beginning to near the end.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes. From about 3 minutes into about yeah.
The credits.
Yeah. But
After the credits.
I know we've talked about this many times before. We've had this discussion. I've had this argument. But the key when an actor is
We're going to get a complete sentence here in a
we
minute.
will,
You
we
watch.
will. Okay, what is the point of acting? What is an actor trying to do?
Pretend to be somebody else.
And make you believe it.
Right.
Okay. So as acting goes, okay, if you were to say whoever's going to be up for an acting Oscar this year, I will stand Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson's performances in Clerks 3 up against anybody else for their sheer genuine believability in this movie, particularly O'Halloran. But Anderson comes out swinging hard too.
Dude, he's been playing this character for 20 some years. He is the character.
Right.
So he's not acting. He's just living.
Acknowledge it. Acknowledge him.
He's living himself.
Acknowledge him. Brian O'Halloran is amazing in this movie. Okay. Just absolutely amazing.
I think Jason likes it.
I
I'ma
cry more than I laugh watching this movie.
I'm going to see it and we'll see.
Okay. There we go.
What the heck? Oh, okay.
Oh, we're on Facebook now?
No.
And you're
that's
getting
YouTube.
bombarded with
YouTube spam.
Oh,
It's gone.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, and it's back. Apparently I didn't block enough users.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. I got it out.
Panera
Clerks
Curd.
3.
Put my time out then. I figured. But it's a good pick.
You don't know it's a good pick yet, but
I don't.
just
But
trust me, it's a good
from
pick.
your word, I'll say good pick. All right, James, number one.
I was gonna make a joke and say this was my number one, just doing. That'd be an honorable mention, but it's not.
What is
It's
that? 28.
it's not. It's not my number one. It'd be like the ending from Furious 7. No, it's not my number one. Don't write that down.
I've already written it down. You can't say it.
No, no. My
I would
number
be
one.
very disappointed if that was the case.
If that was my number one,
Yes.
it nearly made the top 10. It makes most guys cry.
Actually, I don't care what he says. I'm putting down Denny's death, Grey's Anatomy.
I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. Anyway,
Jeffrey
no,
Dean Morgan.
mine's from 2015.
Okay.
It's from Secret in Their Eyes, which is technically a remake, but the remake, which it has Julia Roberts, Nicole Kidman, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Alfred Molina, a bunch of guys in it. But early on in the film, they get called to a crime scene, and Chiwetel Ejiofor and Julia Roberts both work for, I think, the Department of Defense or the Secret Service, or the Department of Defense, I think, and they both get called there to investigate. And so Chiwetel goes ahead, and it's a body in a dumpster, and as soon as he gets to the dumpster, he looks in, and you don't see the body in the dumpster, you just see the look on Chiwetel's face. And just like, everybody's got to get back. Everybody has to get back. Don't shut up. Get back. And it's not until he starts walking back towards Julia Roberts, and she starts to see the look on his face, and he's trying to get the words out, and what you find out is it's her daughter's body in the dumpster, and she just gets in there. And you've probably seen Julia Roberts like completely lose her shit in certain movies like Conspiracy Theory and stuff. This pretty much tops that. So it's the combination of the look on Chiwetel's face and Julia Roberts losing it that puts this at number one.
I gotta watch that.
Oh, it is amazing.
But with that lineup, but wow, how have I not heard of that? And that came out when?
2015.
2015. Wow,
That's still fairly new
about that,
right?
It didn't have a lot of buzz around it.
It baffles me that big stars can make movies that we've never heard of.
I know.
And I still see them popping up from like the past 6 years.
A single big star, sure, because they like to experiment, take those smaller, look at Willis, all that stuff, right? But when you have a crowd like that in a film, and I've not heard of it, how is that possible?
Means it sucks, right?
That usually.
No, good pick. I'm going to put that on my list because that sounds like an amazing
The
scene.
Secret in Their Eyes.
Yep.
No, Secret in Their Eyes. The Secret in Their Eyes is the original from 2009, and I can't remember it's a foreign language film. This was the American remake.
After 6 years, okay, foreign language.
Oh, they did that wedding
Four Weddings and a Funeral?
No. What was it called? Death at a Funeral.
Death at a Funeral.
Yeah, but that wasn't a foreign language remake. That was just a UK and then American.
It's foreign. England is foreign.
No foreign.
And Peter Dinklage played the same role in both movies.
I've heard about that. I've never seen either one, but I've heard that.
It's good.
The original is hilarious. I haven't seen the remake.
Same shot.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Sure. Mine, I rewatch this a lot because unlike some people I know, I think Moulin Rouge is amazing. And it's Satine's death.
It's been too long.
Oh,
I unfortunately Moulin Rouge. I know I enjoyed it, but it's not one I've gone back to.
Oh, dude, just that once. I know it's coming too.
Yeah,
and
I do recall that. Yeah, it's blatantly obvious, but
yeah. Well, and even when I'm talking like multiple viewings, I know it's coming. It doesn't matter.
Drew Barrymore on 51st Dates watching Sixth Sense every time. It's fresh.
Yeah. Exactly. Fine. All right. There's our list.
All right, but still, as I recall, yes, that's a pretty moving moment.
Mm-hmm.
Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman had such great chemistry.
Oh yeah,
so.
Huge, and their voices are amazing. I think.
Oh yeah.
But this means we got 2 minutes left, and I can give a review.
Okay. Okay.
What about honorable mentions?
We'll do that right after the review.
Okay.
Don't see it. Okay, let's get to those honorable mentions.
That bad.
Oh God, it's horrible.
Halloween ends poorly.
I eat, breathe, and sleep Halloween. I love the franchise. This is horse shit.
All right.
I've said my piece.
Don't hold back.
Because I'm not gonna spoil anything. Once you watch it, you'll realize why it's shit.
Where does Michael Myers go for the pandemic?
Wouldn't know because he's only in it for like 15 minutes. And that's a fact. Okay. Honorable mentions.
I can already tell you, I'm probably never going to watch it.
Good. You
I
are
might-
better off for it.
The only
I
one
still
might
haven't
watch
seen
is
Halloween
the first
Kills.
remake, the first one when she came back, but
See, Halloween, the remake was good. Halloween Kills. Oh my God. Okay, let's hold on to Ends. Oh, why did we hold on to Halloween Ends? I don't know.
all right. Okay.
Yeah. But like the last 15 minutes are great. But you got to sit through an hour and 45 minutes to get there.
All right.
Honorable mention, James, fire away.
Cautionary tale.
Did Michael keep his mask on?
No,
And it was Old Man Withers from
Some-
the Haunted Amusement Park.
some punk took it from him.
Okay.
We'll leave that alone. Go.
Oh, you're being serious.
I'm being deadly serious.
Okay. Honorable mention. I would have put the ending of Furious 7 in there.
Okay.
Towards the end of Lady in the Water, where Paul Giamatti finally talks about the death of his family.
Mm-hmm.
Newt's letter. Have you guys seen the Maze Runner trilogy?
No,
I saw the first one.
I think I've seen the first, but not sure.
Okay, well, the third one. There's a character who dies towards the end of the third one, and at the end of the movie, he finds out that he left a letter for the main character, and it sort of reads the letter in that character's voice, narrates the last few minutes of the movie.
And it's like Breakfast Club.
Kind of, yeah. And my last one would be Stanley's death in It Chapter 2. Like in the original It miniseries, Stanley's suicide was pretty shocking. But in this one, in It Chapter 2, it's more of like you see him flashing back to the little blood brother promise they made. And he's just like, I promise, Bill. And then you just see him laying on the edge of the tub with but blood's running out from his wrist. And it's a much more, not serene, but like sad, way more sad version of it.
I agree with you on that one. Absolutely.
I actually never watched Chapter 2.
So much better than Chapter 1.
It's worth it.
All right. Maybe someday.
Now that you've met him, you have to.
Especially with the Old Spice guy playing Mike Hanlon. Come on.
All right. I'll maybe.
Gotta do it.
I'll put it on my list.
Any honorable mentions?
Yeah. The very end of The Mist.
Oh, my God, yeah. Okay. That is a gut punch more than a tearjerker.
I almost don't qualify it as a gut punch, more as that's just to slit my wrists.
Yeah,
that's oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, going back to the childhood PTSD, Bambi's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a,
I
welcome.
don't think I've ever seen Bambi.
It's a good movie.
It for what it is what it is. It
Yeah.
is Bambi, the first animated feature, all that. Like, oh yeah, Snow White was first.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot. I always get that mixed up.
Yeah.
But still, it's that first real traumatic moment we ever had in childhood, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Look, things die.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Uh-huh.
So yeah, I had to have that in there.
I only have two, and they're both from the same movie.
Okay.
Yes. Movie's Logan.
Oh.
The first is Xavier's death,
Huh.
and then it's Logan's death at the end.
All right.
I gave you both of those.
Yeah, they hit.
Mhm.
Not quite as hard as the other 10 that I picked, but yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, now I want Logan.
Supposedly there's going to be a sequel continuing on with X-23.
Oh, I was gonna say, yep, because it'd be fun. Just like Weekend at Logan's. That's what they're gonna do.
Zombie Logan.
Deadpool 3.
No. I think Weekend at Logan's would be perfect, and you can have the X-23 having Logan propped up in a chair, sunglasses on. He's fine.
She's got something rigged up to his tendons to pop the claws
Yeah.
out on, like when she pulls a little thing in his back.
It's his elbow. Boink. Look at that. See? He still has his claws. This shit writes itself.
Back away, bub.
All righty. Well, in that case, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
We will see y'all later.
Bye.
Doodles.
I say shut up! It's a madhouse!